Hello guys, today we're going to be making our very own Tom Nook from Animal Crossing. Gonna make a tapestry using Tunisian simple stitch. It's gonna be kind of like a medium-sized project, so I suggest you actually use a Tunisian hook. They're pretty cheap on Amazon, and then you get all the varieties and sizes. You can also get there's one with a little cable, and you can actually make bigger projects with it. Or if you would like, you can always go to my channel and break down oh, you can go to my channel first of all, and then you can look for the videos that actually help you make this tapestries into pieces. So you can, for example, this is a 32 stitch piece. You can break it down into 15 and whatever, 17. You get the math. I'm not good with math. I mean, I'm a crocheter. I'm not good with, I don't know how to count. And you can actually make this into pieces, and you can use a regular crochet hook. But as of right now, I'm going to be kind of helping you out on how to start your own tapestry using Tunisian simple stitch, which I believe is quite superior when it comes to like tapestries, when it comes to like more detailed projects, and especially projects that are like, I don't know, maybe like smaller, bigger, any kind of size. Really, I think it, once you get the hang of it, I know it's gonna be weird. It was weird for me going to crochet to actual Tunisian simple stitch. You go forwards and then you go backwards within one row, so you always work onto the front side of your project, and you don't need to worry about hiding your yarn or carrying your yarn or doing weird things with your yarn like regular crochet does. And after all this yapping, what I'm going to do is going to show you how to start up your own tapestry. It's not going to be a full tutorial, unfortunately. Tutorials do take a long time, and this is a medium-sized project, and I'm expecting it to be, I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 hours long. So filming that, it's a little bit, complicated, but you can always look at the end result, and if you like it, you can try it out, and if you don't, well, you got entertainment for it, or maybe like a new acquire love for Tunisian simple stitch like I do. Anyway, after all this yapping, now we get onto the good part, and I'm going to chain 32. Okay, so bear with me guys. I'm not good at explaining things, but I'm going to try my best to explain this to you. So right at the beginning of our first chain, or our first row, we have multiple color changes, and what I'm going to try and do and explain to you guys is that I'm going to introduce those colors within my foundation chain. So for Tunisian simple stitch, we work onto the back side of our chains. You turn it around, and if you turn it ever so slightly, you can see like the bumps that create. And I'm going to skip that very first bump. So not that one. We're going to go straight to the next one. Insert my hook, yarn over, and pull. And that's essentially what we're going to do 4 more times for a total of 6 stitches on these background color that I'm going to call background color, but my pink color is going to be my background color, as you can see, or as you noticed. The background from my reference picture is actually different, and you can always tweak your projects to your liking. Like, I didn't like that pattern. Of course, it also takes a little bit more time for me to make, so not up to that. If I can cut time on anything, I'll gladly do it. And we get to introduce our black color, which is going to serve as our border, and just like we've been doing before, inserting our hook, and yarning over, but now with our black, and that's going to be just with one stitch. And our next color is going to be this kind of grayish blue. For 5 stitches, this Nook is rocking a beautiful tux. Okay, so 5 stitches, and again, once more, we just need 1 stitch of this black color, and we just pull it from where it was, and we continue with that 1 stitch. Getting to introduce yet another color for the flaps of our tux. And then our red color for our tie. And I don't know if you can see, but I'm just trying to pin down my tail, going back and forth with how I place my tail so it actually gets caught up in my working yarn. And as you see, it's time consuming, but it will be worth it at the end. And if there is one little more tip of advice that I can give you here, is that whenever you have like a bigger project where in the middle you have lots of colors, but then in the sides you have different, like the same background color in this example, I would advise that you'll have 2 different cakes for like the end of your projects. Why? Because that means that we'll have to pull this yarn all the way from over here to the other side, and that just creates a little bit too much waste for my liking. So I just prefer to have my big cakes turning to smaller cakes so I can distribute my colors properly. Okay, and as you can see, this is why I recommend that you have a Tunisian hook, because it's lots of colors, and look, it almost fills up my entire hook. So now for our return pass, which is our forwards, then our backwards, we're going to chain 1 onto our very last stitch. We're going to grab our color and pull through 2. And whenever you have 2 different color stitches in your hook, you always use that second color stitch. So instead of pulling through 2, which is what we were doing, we pulled after we have our chain 1 onto the very last stitch, we pull through 2, and again we pull through 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 until we have our next color change. Always pulling through 2 with that second color. So for our very next row and for the rest of our project, we're going to insert our hook only onto those front posts of our previous row. So always counting the stitch that we always have on our hook as one. And we're going to do 7 of this background color. And then black. And then again our blue. Our black again. And then our light blue. Black again. And we get to introduce our white color. So again, we just insert our hook onto the front post. We yarned over with our new color. And so it's just one stitch. We just drop it. And again for our return row, chaining 1 and always changing colors when appropriate. And now I know it doesn't look like anything, we just have 2 rows. It will start to look like something whenever you finish like the body, or if you start doing the eyes, that's when you start like actually being like, oh my god, it's coming along. But of course, I do apologize as always, that is not a full tutorial. But you can always go down in the description and click on the link of the Pinterest pin that I'm following, or of course you can always take a screenshot of the picture on screen.